Hey guys, welcome back to wemetatacme. I'm so excited to be here with Katie and Andy Mant, the founders of Bon Charge. Hi.
Hi, we're
Hey.
excited to be here too.
So happy to have you. So we always start off with the same question. What is your favorite romantic gesture? And this is for someone to do for you.
Oh, I like the little notes left in the shower. You know, in the steam, when they write something in the shower, it just makes that mundane task that you do every day that bit more special.
That is so romantic. I don't think I've ever gotten a note in the shower.
Really?
Now I have a bone to pick with Steven.
Now you do, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he's listening.
Oh,
Take notes.
He's definitely not. I'll have to tell him though.
Oh, and for me, I probably have a lot because I'm sort of a bit of a romantic at heart.
He
so,
is, to be fair. You're
yeah.
really romantic.
But I really like if it's a really rainy evening and we just have like dinner together or get the candles on whilst having a nice dinner and then just relaxing watching a movie. I just the old school is sometimes
The quality
best.
time.
Yeah,
I love it. How did you guys meet?
Oh, well, this is an interesting story. So I had just come out of quite a long-term relationship. So I'd been dating a girl for 6 years from the age of like 18 through university and then a few years afterwards. And we broke up and I was vowing to have a few years of just being single and hanging out with the lads for a lot more time rather than being committed to someone. But about 6 months in, we were both working at the same company in the UK. As people can probably tell from my accent, I'm not from the US, nor is Katie. So we were in this company and it had like 300 people plus working in it. And we had these like training sessions that were like cross-departmental, and we were in this training session together. And I was like, oh goodness me, this girl's so hot, and I need to speak to her. So I was like, oh, I can't really just go and speak to her. I was like really nervous. So I thought, oh, maybe if I just be friends with her best friend, maybe to start with, so I can get closer to
Playing the long game.
Yes.
Yeah,
Go via the friend.
So anyway, I got to know her friend, and then I bucked up the courage to email Katie at work and say, oh, we should hang out. And luckily, I made a good impression on her friend, and she put in a good word.
Mm-hmm.
But Katie was very reluctant to date. Probably just myself, I don't know, but
What, you just getting an email in your inbox from a guy going like, hey, should we hang out? Like, I was a bit like, I don't know you.
Right.
I wasn't looking for anything at the time. So I kind of shut it down, sorry to say, but
yeah.
I don't know. I'm that person that you need to be friends, or there needs to be a base there first before you can just start hanging out. I'm not a dating person that would just go on a date with someone. It normally comes from a friendship, and we hadn't had a friendship at that point. So it was a bit sort of out of the blue for me.
So you shut it down, but then obviously you didn't give up, Andy. So
No.
What was your next move?
Yeah. So the next move was we like hung out at one of the staff like quarterly functions. So it was like fancy dress. So we were like hanging out and talking, which was really good. And then I was like, oh, you know, I kept pushing for the date. And she was like, no. And then she messaged me out in the blue, maybe like 3 or 4 weeks into just sort of randomly messaging back and forward via email at work saying, oh, I'm going to IKEA to buy some furniture. You can come if you like.
I needed him to lift some stuff.
I was going to say.
I was like, actually, I can put him to use right now. There's this guy that wants to hang out with me. I need to buy a chest of drawers. So,
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, so funny. So anyway, we went there, and then we sort of just hung out and bought the chest of drawers, and then you went and assembled them. And you didn't have any.
No, I didn't have any tools. So he was obviously the knight in shining armor.
Exactly. I
I've
was
got
gonna
tools
say.
for you.
Here you go.
Lend me those.
And that was a good ploy as well, because if I lend her the tools, I have to see her again to get them back.
Right,
so
of
that was really
course.
good. So anyway, then she had a wedding to go to, or an engagement party that evening, and we were messaging back and forward, and she was like, oh, I really don't want to do it. I don't want to go. I'm tired. And I was like, well, maybe I'll come round and we can watch movies together. So we did that, and it was still very much friend zone at that stage. And we then were friends kind of for 3 months.
Yeah, I'd say that.
And then I was so firmly in the friend zone, it was ridiculous, even though I wanted more. So I then didn't make any moves. So then eventually one night I was leaving the house after watching movies, and Katie kissed me, and then that was where it began.
That turned around. Hey, I
That's
was the one that made the
really
move then.
cute.
Yeah.
When are your birthdays?
I'm in May, 3rd of May.
Okay, so you're a Taurus.
Taurus.
And I'm 6th of October, so Libra.
Oh my God, I'm a Libra.
That's so cool.
Nice.
Love a Libra and love a Taurus.
Good.
Amazing.
I understand they're quite compatible from what I know.
Definitely, but more compatible with when the man is the Libra.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh, it was different depending.
No, very
Okay,
different.
Okay.
Very different. Okay, I love that. And after that, I'm assuming it was off to the races because you had that foundation, you know.
True. Yeah. We built the friendship up that I need. I need that friendship as that base layer.
I
before
get it.
can...
Did you have to keep it a secret at work or
No,
they didn't
it was
really
quite
care?
open. Everyone
Yeah.
kind of knew, didn't they, by that point?
Yeah.
And it actually then moved very quickly. So
Mhm.
within 3 months of us being together, we then moved in with each other. So it kind of just snowballed quite quickly. That was more circumstantial. We were living in house shares at the time. We were 24?
24, yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
24.
Wow, babies.
Yeah, and my housemate had found a partner, so she was moving out. Same with Andy's housemate. So it just was circumstantial that thrust us into living together. And yeah, now we're 16 years? Need to
Yeah.
get that right.
That
16 years down
is
the track.
Amazing and so impressive. What is your secret, or like, what do you think is some great advice for a long lasting marriage? Like 16 years is crazy.
It is a long time. Yeah, you're right. It is. And I think it comes down to a lot of different things. And you might have a difference of opinion on me on this, which is fine to have in a relationship, right? You can have the difference of opinion. But again, it's that friendship layer. You know, you have to want to spend time with a person. It can't just be built on lust. It has to be the friendship, because that's what's going to stand the test of time. You know, your appearance is going to change. Your body's going to change with time. You're going to grow old and go grey. You're going to look very different to how you did when you met. So you need that friendship and want to spend time with them rather than it just purely being lust. And I think, again, that's how ours started, from that friendship that got built up to it. It didn't start from the lust stage,
Yeah.
which I think has fed through the years, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd agree with that. And I also like the fact that you can have, or you need to have shared values as well, and make sure you've got that commonality. You can have different interests and different passions, but as long as those core values align, then I think that's the key to long-term success in relationships.
I agree with that. I also feel like, and tell me if this is just like an American thing, but I'm such a big believer that the man has to feel like so lucky that they have this woman in their life. Like, has to, and whether they're aware of it or not, has to love her a tiny bit more, because at least where, you know, here when we're dating, I feel like men are more likely to be the wild card almost.
Okay.
And it was like my grandma and her grandma and all these, you know, people in my family who always said, your husband has to love you a tiny bit more. than you love him."
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
What
I've
do you
never
think about
heard
that?
that. I've
No.
never heard that. But I guess I know what you mean. It's nice to have that feeling of, I wouldn't say put on a pedestal, because I think that's a risky position to be
Yes.
in. It means that if you take a wrong move or a disagreement, you can come off that pedestal. But I think it's a stronger position to be the center of that person's world. And I think that's different to being on a pedestal. It's nice to feel like you are the center of their world. And so I guess in some ways that is kind of similar to what you're saying. You want
Yeah.
to feel like you are everything to that person and you are the universe to them.
Definitely. I mean, also just the way that Andy pursued you in the beginning.
True.
It's like you want your partner to have to have gone after you. You
That
know?
is
Like,
true.
To have not
Yes.
thought about it any other way, as
Yeah.
opposed to you being the one to be like, so are you interested in me? I know we're coworkers, you know?
I would agree with
I'd
that.
agree.
Otherwise, how do you know they truly want you? You could have just
Yeah.
landed in their lap and they go, well, this is easy.
Exactly.
I'll just go with this. So,
Exactly.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Okay. Love that. And you move in together.
Yeah.
You obviously are sharing a bed. I mean,
Yes.
assuming.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Andy, you similarly to my husband were having some sleep issues.
Yes.
No one has more sleep issues than my husband, so I need to hear about yours.
Yeah, so mine were really bad. I could get off to sleep fine, but I found that I kept waking up in the night, and then that had an impact not only on my sleep and energy the next day, but also Katie's as well. So that was obviously difficult to start with. And for the first sort of few months of our relationship, like we like spent time together in the same bed, but then like during the night one of us would leave to sleep in the spare bedroom solely because we needed to sleep, and we just felt so like ill the next day because we weren't sleeping very well. And that's kind of how Bon Charge, our company, started, because we were like, we got to fix this. And it all came off the back of our wedding, and we were prepping and getting into shape and going down the rabbit hole on alternative diets. It was ketogenic for myself, that worked for me, and I only discovered that through research. And then that led me to look at my sleep and how can I fix that by myself. And then I discovered that circadian misalignment and artificial light after dark was maybe the cause of it. And that was where we decided to start a company to fix that problem and invent some products to help.
And how out of left field was this? Was your company that you had both worked for before this, did it have to do with wellness? Did it have to do with sleep?
No, not at all. It was recruitment. So we were finding jobs for people and people for jobs. So completely different. And we weren't really into wellness before that either. It was more that need to find a solution to sleep, because you can't go on life starting off in the same bed and halfway through the night going into the spare bedroom, you know, if you want to build on a relationship.
But it happens a lot more than people would think.
Yes. And I think a lot more than people are open to talking about as well. But sleep is crucial. It's fundamental. So I get it. I understand why people feel the need to do it. And you have to. Otherwise, you're not going to show up great the next day and be a good partner. But yeah, ultimately, if you can share a bed and find a way to do that, then it's going to be beneficial for your relationship.
Yeah. And going into this company, I mean, being married is one thing. Starting a business together that is a startup when you started is a lot on a relationship. So first of all, how did you decide to do it together versus with, you know, a partner, like a business partner elsewhere? And how did you survive the first, you know, early stages? Because that's really hard.
Yeah, it's it came quite naturally to us for two reasons. The first one, we're very different in terms of our core strengths. I'm very scientific, data, mathematical, and Katie's very creative, brand orientated and visionary in terms of seeing what the long-term pathway could be for things, especially in life, especially in business, as we found out now. But the second reason was that we'd always worked together. So we met at work, and we worked at the same company for a year. Then we went to Australia from the UK and emigrated there. And we worked for the same company for 5-6 years there together, even closer than before. So it was kind of just a very logical step, and one that neither of us could think of anything different than doing it together rather than bringing someone else in to do that. And we did have a few little businesses that we tried together before Bon Charge as well that never really amounted to anything, but we enjoyed doing them together. Katie had a business where she made these little candy trees, like they were like a stem, and then you put like little lint balls on them to make
like weddings and birthdays.
Right up my alley.
Yeah, to be fair, it actually went really well. It's just I wasn't very good at the mathematical side of the business, and Andy wasn't passionate about like sweets and candy and lollies, so that kind of fizzled out. So I had the creative vision for it. And then we tried a fitness angle, didn't we? After we got in shape for the wedding, we tried to think, well, maybe we can start a business that's around nutrition and exercise. It's been done. It's been done to death. You know, we weren't anything revolutionary there. So that didn't really work for us. You wrote a book.
Yeah, I wrote a book. Yeah, that did okay.
So what was different about Bon Charge that you think?
I think the reason it worked was twofold. We solved a problem that we both had, which was lack of sleep. And we were super passionate about solving that problem. And we infused our products with a lot of science, which at the time, other brands that were trying to do this weren't. They were just buying product from China, sticking some packaging on it and selling it and marketing it a certain way. Whereas we believe so much in fixing our sleep and a problem that we personally had that we were so passionate about it. And Katie touched upon it very well just a minute ago with the lolly trees. Only one of us was passionate.
Yeah, it was definitely when we both
this.
came together.
Yeah.
You know, I think we were strong in our own lanes, but couldn't make a business succeed. by ourselves.
Yeah.
We needed to come together. I mean, it was actually Andy that started Bond Charge, to be fair. You were the one that had the idea and started looking in the science of it, but it was just so unfashionable. I was like, I'm going to have to do something here. And I started by just taking over Instagram. I'm thinking, okay, let's do a bit more than just selfies with some glasses on. But it's when you come together and you align, and then you can amplify what you achieve. And particularly if it's a common goal and it's for the same household, you're going to just manifest it both together, and you're going to be going in the same direction, which is good for business and your personal relationship as well.
How did you turn it off? Like, did it ever get turned off?
No, I mean, that's still a thing we're
working
work on even to today.
Yeah.
It's really hard because you spend 24/7 together. You know, you're working together, living together. We're best friends. We socialize together. We have the same group of friends. You are always together. And by default, that means you always have an idea of the business that you're going to share mid-breakfast, mid-dinner, even driving here now to record this. We were talking in the car, an idea comes to you, or you're watching TV and it's an hour before bed, you're trying to unwind, but you think, I've just remembered something that I really want to share with, the CEO or the partner. But in other companies, that wouldn't be the case. They'd wait until the next day, but we do it in the moment, which we need to get better at, which we try. We set boundaries, but it's so hard when you're passionate about a business.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it there and then in the moment when the idea comes through.
It becomes your baby, right? It becomes your child, and you wouldn't just switch off from a child. You'd want to be there all the time, and I think that's kind of the way we've treated it. But it's very different as well to having a child, and we need to really lean into more parasympathetic time and more couple times, because we do date nights and things like that once a week, the standard protocols, which are fantastic, but we got to work on not doing that so little. We need to do it more, and have more husband and wife time rather than business partner time. That is tough.
Totally. And you mentioned the business being like a child, and I know that my husband has a startup too, and it's like between our child and the startup, it's hard. It's hard. Is having this entrepreneurial spirit between the two of you part of your decision to stay child free?
Yeah, it was. I mean, after we got married, we kind of started the business quite quickly after that, probably 2 months after the wedding. And it became obvious quite quickly that it was going to consume us.
Yeah.
And to be honest, all through my life, I'd never been maternal. I always thought it was something that you do. I'd reach an age where I naturally thought, right now I'm ready for kids. So I just assumed that time would come. But when we got married, and it still hadn't reached, and that was 32 we were at that point. And I still didn't feel it. You more so did think you would start a family. And even to this day, Andy says if we didn't have the business, he would have to have a family.
Yeah.
He needs that something to ground us. But I don't know if I would. I don't see myself as a mother. And I think the business has made that decision for us because it has consumed so much of our life in a good way.
Yeah.
And I guess we treat that as our precious child.
Totally.
So it did shape our decision quite largely, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd agree with that. And it almost determined the pathway for me as well. Like when it started to grow massively, it was like, we need to put our time into this, and the life that it can also give us is everything that beyond what we dreamed of. Because when we started it, I was like, oh, if I can get this business to grow to make, I think it was like $60,000 a year, that would be fantastic, because Katie, we can have a kid and Katie can then work from home and do this job, because we were just doing it as a side hustle for 3-4 years.
Yeah.
And I was like, that'd be great for her, because so she'll have something to do at home, and it'll be enough for her not to have to go back to work, even though I know what you're going to say.
Something to do, like
I know what you're going to say. I've already had it.
All the mums are like, what, Andy?
Yes, I know, sorry. But that kind of is sort of, I feel, the hand that was dealt, and I don't regret not having kids. But as Katie rightly says, if the business hadn't grown to the level that it has done now, I would have needed something else in life which could have been a family.
Yeah, and I think that's totally fair. If someone listening is like, what can I take away from Bond Charge? What is a product I should know about? Tell me about Blue Light. Like, what can you give us kind of like the
Yeah, I
understanding?
mean, I guess if we're talking about relationships and sleep and family, lighting,
Mhm.
it governs so much of how we show up each day, being under the wrong light. So the intense artificial blue light impacts your sleep. It inhibits your body to naturally produce melatonin. And if you're a mum and you're having to get up in the night to do night feeds, the worst thing you can do is switch on standard lighting because it just blasts artificial blue light into your body when you're trying to remain in that sort of parasympathetic sleep state. So change into circadian friendly lighting that's void of the blue light, that's more calming red light,
Mhm.
I would say is crucial for any home environment because it'll impact everybody in that space.
Right.
Yes, you can take a product that's more personalized to yourself, like maybe red light therapy or a red light face mask, but that's just working on yourself. Whereas if you want something for the whole environment that impacts the
Mhm.
whole family, it'll make everybody feel good, sleep better, reduce everybody's stress levels, bring their cortisol levels down, is looking at the light environment within your home and opting for more circadian friendly lighting.
I actually am so curious. So we're all on our phones, all
Yeah.
the time, a lot of the time before bed because no one's perfect
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like
We all
giving
do
themselves
it.
that hour, right? And so what I will do is I will turn on like I think it's called like night
Yep.
mode or something. And it seems to be easier on my eyes. But I wonder, like, since you guys are the experts, is it actually something? And if it is, why shouldn't I be on night mode all day? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right. Well, you've tested night mode, haven't you?
Yeah,
So,
so being the geeky scientist I am, I've got a spectrometer, so I test everything. As soon as there's light, I'm pointing it at it and testing. And I've tested night mode, and it still emits blue light. It just reduces the level. So
Right.
to your point that you just made there, it should be on during the day as standard. But then after dark, there's something you can do with your phone that turns it red and completely voids out the blue light. And it's a free hack that you can do through settings in your phone and then
Tell
turn it
us,
on.
please.
so good.
I'll have to link it to you so you can put it in the
Okay.
show notes because it's you go into colors and you invert colors, but you invert them to this red, this dark red hue, and then when you triple tap the side of your phone, when you like double click
Yeah,
to
it
Apple
goes
Pay.
black and white.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can do it 3 times. You can set that as a shortcut to turn your phone red.
Oh, that's
It's so
so
good.
smart.
It is so good. So
Yeah,
then you can scroll to your heart's
yeah.
content before bed,
Right. Oh my
uninterrupting your
God.
sleep.
That's
Mhm.
amazing. Okay, I have some fun questions for you, and then later we'll get into more fun rapid fires. But
Okay.
what are the top sleep deal breakers for couples that you've seen, and can they be fixed with the right light, tech, or habits?
I guess misaligned bedtimes, that's going to be difficult, right? If
That's very
someone's,
controversial.
yeah, if someone's a night owl and the other person's, a morning person, that's going to be challenging. So you would have to try and find ways to not disturb the other person if that is their body clock and that's how they want to continue living, being a night person. Again, adopting the circadian friendly lighting after dark. So if they are staying up, they're not impacting the sleep. And in fact, we saw a post, didn't we, with David Beckham. He was trying to get to sleep, but Victoria liked to read a book before going to bed.
I have this issue with
So
my
she'd have the
husband.
lights on, and he said,
Yeah.
I can't get to sleep with this light. But it's a
Mhm.
simple hack. You just put a blue light blocking clip light on your book. So
Mhm.
I
it's
do
void
that.
of that.
Well, I didn't do a blue light. I just did a light on my book.
But
And
yes, we
mhm.
have ones that are void of artificial blue light. So
Oh,
then
I
you're not
need to get that.
disrupting
Yeah.
the other person. So I think for me, I'd think if you are on different schedules, maybe through
Mhm.
your job or just through one person likes to stay up later, is definitely again managing that light environment so that you're not impacting the other person. That's what I would say.
Yeah, and I think there's so many you can talk about regards light as well, but I think one thing that's overlooked is temperature. So when you're sleeping, some people sleep
Yeah.
better with very cold conditions and some people sleep better with warmer conditions. It all comes down to the individual. So if you're pumping the air conditioning out at, 65 or something because you like it nice and icy, and the other person is there shivering in bed and their sleep's impacted through that, then you're going to have one happy person, one very sad person. So, the hack around that is utilizing, things like 8 Sleep mattress is a good example, or Chili Pad, I think by Sleep Me is another one, where you can have half of the bed a certain temperature and the other half another temperature. And I think those are really powerful. So people can have the correct sleeping temperature that, if they test what specific temperature is best for them using a sleep tracker like your Fitbit, your Whoop, or whatever it may be,
Mhm.
um, I think then you can dial in and really maximize your sleep without compromising the other person's sleep.
Where do you guys stand on the temperature thing? Who wants it colder between the two of you?
Oh, he wants it freezing.
Yeah, as cold as it
Absolutely
can
free.
be.
Oh, the electric bill he's run up sometimes with the aircon. It's ridiculous.
I'm like Andy. I need it like 66.
Yeah.
And I always say to my husband, I'm like, if you're cold, you can put on like a sweatshirt.
True.
You
I
can
do
put-
get that logic.
Like I'm like, I can't do anything
Yes.
if I'm hot. I'm
Yeah.
like, just what am I gonna do? Like sleep naked on top of the bed? Like that's horrible.
Yeah.
Another thing that couples struggle with is having energy for each other after work, like after a long day. What role do you guys think that light exposure and tech use play in keeping the spark alive for each other at the end of the day?
Yeah, well, if you're talking about energy, it's fundamental, isn't it? Because if you're not sleeping well, you're not going to have energy the next day. Or even if you are sleeping well and you've got a busy job that you're at all day, you're then going to be exhausted when you come home to spend time with your partner. So I always find getting out in natural light after work is a good way to A, spend time with your partner, B, be in a naturally lit environment, but C, it has that energetic properties as well. And it's free. You know, it's nothing more romantic than going for a stroll around the block or going to the beach.
Especially when the weather is beautiful.
Yeah,
right now.
exactly. And if you're doing it at that sort of sunset time, that golden hour time as well, it's very beneficial from a restorative standpoint because of the hues and the color that's emitted from the sun, which is great for your well-being. So you can almost habit stack quite a bit by just doing that exercise, getting outside, getting natural light, spending quality time with your partner, having a bit more energy. Even if it's just for 20 minutes, I think it can make a big impact. It really can.
Yeah. Do you agree that women need sleep more than men?
No, I don't. I think it's down to the individual because we've actually done a test. It was with, now remind me, it was a trainer for the SAS?
I forget his surname now. Corey something.
Duffy?
Yeah, Corey Duffy. And he trains and does the nutrition and dialed in DNA and biological testing for Navy SEALs.
Yes. So we actually did some DNA tests with him and it went into a whole host of things, what food you should be eating, what type of exercise is good for you, whether you can process paracetamols, caffeine, a whole host of things. And it also dialed into sleep. And it actually showed that I needed less sleep than Andy. So, but because Andy gets up and is, or at this point when we did the test, was disrupted during his sleep, it then had a knock-on effect to me, which meant I had to stay in bed for longer in order to get the sleep. So I think it came back at something like, I only needed about 7.5 hours of sleep, but I need to be in bed for 9 because of Andy's disturbances.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it is true that women need more sleep. I think there's more to it than just the gender.
Right.
I think there's a lot more about the environment, your own biology, what's happening with you internally, what stage of life you're at. Perimenopause is very different. Sleep is impacted during that phase. So there's a lot more to the picture, I think.
Yeah, all I know for sure is that when I haven't gotten enough sleep,
we know it,
not
don't we?
nice to my husband. And when I
We know
have,
this.
I'm a completely different person.
You obviously slept well last night 'cause you're a delight today.
So sweet. I'll have to go tell him you said that. Okay, amazing. And what is the most surprising thing that you've learned about human connection from running Bond Charge?
Human connection. People are, how would I say it? I feel like everyone's baseline is to come from a place of love. But somehow in our lives, in our journeys, or the environment that we're in, we end up becoming these people of sometimes a bit hate or a bit more angry or a bit more angst at things. Whereas if you strip everything back to the fundamental layer of what humans are, I think all we want is connection and love and an ease of life and friendships and happiness. But life gets in the way of that. And sometimes just our modern world gets in the way of that. You know, we're exposed to so much overstimulation now. Again, not to keep talking about light, but, you know, the wrong light environment, the wrong pollutants around us all the time. It takes a toll on us and it's chipping away at our well-being, our health, our mental state, our physical state, our parasympathetic system. And it's constantly keeping us in this heightened state of alert, that fight or flight response, which is masking who we are to the core. And I think we find it with our customers when they, you know, they might leave a review after buying a product. And it's something so simple like a light bulb. They've changed their light bulb in their home and then they leave a glowing review. And it's just so lovely that if you go back to the basics and back to how nature intended for us to live, how you can show up how we truly are as human beings, I feel.
Yeah, I love that. And I agree with that totally. Okay. These are the pre-rapid fires before the other
Pre-rapid
rapid
fires. Okay.
Morning person or night owl?
Morning.
Yeah, morning, but I wasn't until I fixed my circadian rhythm. And I was always a night owl,
True.
watch the football, and then wake up at 11 a.m. and rush to go out
That's
for
true.
breakfast.
Yeah.
So how early are we talking in the morning?
Well, in Australia, the sun rises really early. So we're up about 5
a.m.
5:30. But then we're in bed by 9.
Yeah, that's
so we're
nice.
really early to bed.
And it's different in the UK. We're more
Yeah.
like up at 7 a.m. even in the summer, and we go to bed a bit later, which is interesting. But Australia is a very unique place because everyone wants to get up and surf in the morning or go
Right,
to the
true.
beach and
Before work and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, it's so cool. Worst sleep habit your partner used to have?
Worst sleep habit. Oh, do you know what? It actually, sorry, sorry, Andy, but when we first got together, Andy, or still does, used to sleep with a fan on. And I really struggled with that noise. Like I was at that point used to silence. Now I can't sleep without a fan. I need that white
I was going
noise.
to say, how do you feel about white noise?
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. It
so
masks,
good.
particularly somewhere like New York when there's honking happening.
Exactly.
It masks that background
Exactly.
noise.
Romantic date, candlelight or daylight?
Oh, that's tough.
Oh, that is a tough one.
I like a bit of both. Like, as I know that's probably a bit of a cop out answer, but I do like a nice candlelit dinner.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
It would depend on. Actually, let me rephrase that. Like half the year, if it's nice and warm in Australia, then outside every time. Go to the beach, picnic in the park, whatever it may be. But in the winter or Christmas time, then candlelit over outside every day.
Yeah. One bond charge product you'd take with you on a romantic getaway?
Red light face mask.
Mm-hmm.
To look your best.
Mm-hmm.
Get glowing skin ready
Yeah,
for your date night.
of
That comes
course.
everywhere with me. I did it last night.
Yeah, blue light blocking glasses for me. Probably the ones I tested before we started the company because you love those.
The safety goggle ones? Yeah, no, not those.
Who's more likely to scroll their phone in bed?
Me.
Andy.
Cozy night in, movie marathon, or early bedtime?
Early bedtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Early movie in bed.
Yeah. Afternoon movie, early bed.
Most unsexy but essential couple habit you swear by?
Mouth taping at night.
Yeah.
Oh, your
Yeah.
mouth tape.
Both
Yeah.
mouth tapers.
So good for your sleep. And your jaw. I'm very bad
Yeah.
at grinding my teeth at night, so it's good for that.
No, I should. I'm like too scared of like.
Oh, it rips
Katie
off.
was scared,
It rips
yeah.
off.
What if you like have a stuffy nose?
You will naturally just part your lips and it will
Right.
come off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Try it.
Who's better at remembering to wear blue light blockers?
I think that's default for both of us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In fact, we do it together.
And this is the thing with blue light glasses. Once you wear them for a few days and then in the evening, the red lenses, and then you forget to wear them, it's like lasers are being shined into your eyes. It's so painful.
Yeah.
So you're like, yeah, get them on.
Mm-hmm. You guys would have hated this summer. My husband and I went on a trip to Italy and we stayed at this amazing hotel that we were so excited about.
Yeah.
But I pee a lot in the night.
Okay.
And that's like a whole other thing that, I wish that Bond Charge could help me with.
Yeah.
But unfortunately. And this place had an automatic light in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
So every time in the middle of the
Uh-huh.
night, I would go to the bathroom. This automatic, bright, like
It's intense.
fluorescent
Yeah.
light would come on. And it wouldn't just affect me in my sleep. It would, it's a small hotel room. It would go
Yeah.
into my husband. And I was just like, everything about this hotel was perfect, but that was just
They
terrible.
always miss the lighting.
Always.
Every hotel. I don't know what it is.
even like really nice 5-star hotels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get them on board.
It's
we
so
would
good.
try.
Yeah.
We're trying for
Well,
sure.
we're staying at Equinox Hotel, which is supposedly
Right.
circadian friendly, and there's blue light everywhere. It's
Yeah.
like, come on, guys.
I bet you
basics.
Amans have it figured out.
Hopefully. I've not stayed at one.
Yeah.
I'll let you know. I'll
Yeah.
book into one.
Yeah,
Well,
I
if you're
bet they
listening and you work at
Yeah.
Amans.
Yeah.
Join us to come stay.
Now we're going to do an even more fun rapid fire.
Okay, these are rapid fire, Andy. So you can't give your essay answers.
So what happens? How do we know who answers?
You both do.
Okay.
Okay. So, Is it a red flag if your boyfriend is always going out with his single friends? Yes or no?
No, I think they're just being supportive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
Is it normal to want to spend a weekend with your family without your husband there, even though he has no plans? Yes or no?
I think it would be insensitive.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's nice to include them.
Yeah, agreed.
Mm-hmm. Would you rather your partner think that you're a better person or you think that your partner is the better person?
Ooh, I think you've got to think highly of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Yeah.
thinking yourself.
I know, we're like same here. This is good.
When saying how long you've been together, do you say it from the first date or from when you became official? Like this is before you're married.
Official.
Yeah, official.
Mm-hmm. You're dating for a year together. Sorry, you're dating for 1 year and you talk about living together, but they haven't said I love you. Is this intentional or are they just an oblivious man?
Oh, I'd say most men would probably be oblivious, but I'm fortunate I've got a romantic that said it early doors. But I think,
I mean, do men really not know they haven't said something like that in a year?
I know.
you'd like to think not, but I think the truth is they probably are that oblivious. Or don't realize how much it means to a woman, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it also scares them.
Okay.
Sometimes, the word.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Would you rather date someone who needs to be taught relationship etiquette, but they're open to learning, or someone who has all the relationship behaviors down because they've dated a lot?
I wouldn't want to teach someone,
Mm-hmm.
though. I'd want them to come ready, packaged, ready to go.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I would rather someone that has had a couple of long-term partners and comes with experience.
When you're going to a big group birthday dinner for a friend, do you bring a gift?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Mm-hmm. Do you drink the milk that's left in the bowl when you're done with your cereal?
Yes.
No, it's disgusting.
Oh, it's the most flavoursome.
It's so flavorful.
Drink it out of the bowl.
Wait, while you're in the city, you should have the cereal milk ice cream
Wow, that's a thing.
at Milk Bar.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
it'll
Milk
change your
Bar,
life.
okay.
Mhm.
Off there.
Yeah, I have seen milk bars. Yeah.
You go through phases in your long relationship where sometimes you want to break up with your partner and other times you're so in love with them. Is that normal?
I think that's probably life. I mean, I'm sure you get sick of your parents, your friends. I think it's just more agitation with the
Mhm.
individual or spending too much time with them, maybe.
Yeah.
I would say like it's normal to ebb and flow, but I don't know if you should want to break up.
Breakup is pretty harsh.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. I think Andy was getting a bit sweats on there when I was answering that. He's like, do you feel like that?
Do you have any friends who you think don't root for your success? Yes or no?
I think I have in the past,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. But I'm one person that will cut people off if they're not aligned with what I'm trying to achieve, which is quite brutal. But yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah, I think historically, definitely, and then they get cut.
Snip, snip.
Yeah.
If you were single, would you rather take a dating advice from your single friends or your married friends?
Definitely married friends.
Married.
Mhm.
Yeah. You take advice from where you want to go.
Exactly. Don't take advice from someone who doesn't have what you
Exactly
want.
that.
I love it. And with that quote, do you guys have a quote or piece of advice you could leave our listeners with?
Do you know what? I was actually reflecting on this the other day. I think the thing that I've been living our life by and our business by is, get it out there and then refine as you go. So don't try to be perfect from the get-go. Don't try to look for the perfect relationship in this case. Find the person that makes you happy. The rest will follow suit. Don't overthink things.
I love that.
I don't think that's really a quote. That was a bit of a waffle, but
No. That's a good one.
Yeah.
It goes with everything.
yeah, true.
Yeah, and I think for me, it's if you want something, go and get it. Don't just want and sit and
Like
expect
Katie.
it to come. Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Exactly. I got the best prize, which was
Oh,
fantastic.
wow. I'll take
yeah.
that clip.
Yeah, yeah. That's where my advice would go.
Awesome. Where can everyone find you guys, follow you, and get all things Bond Charge?
You can come to bondcharge.com, or if you are on socials, we're most active on Instagram as a brand, so it'd be bondcharge_. And if you want to connect with Andy and I, mine is Katie Mant _, and Andy's is I am Andy Mant.
Cool. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
You were so great.
Oh, that was fun.
Different to what we
Yeah,
normally
we've
do.
never done one like that
Into the science of
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
Actually, can I get my camera as well? I'm trying to do mine on my camera as well. Because mine is
Well, now I'm very invested in what bagel you end up getting.
Yeah, I know. I'll have to let you know.
Sure.
I can keep this as well once you've done that.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank you. I prefer them, but I wonder if that's okay. Oh gosh.
Come closer. Maybe I can twizzle.
Yeah, do you want to? She can see a bit of it.
And 1, 2, 3, 3, and 1, 3. Did you want horizontal, sir? Or
Yeah, one horizontal.
And 1, 2, 3, 3, and 3. All right, check those. Let me know if you want takes.
Perfect. One.
And 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Cool.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Check those.
Amazing. They're great. Thank you.
I'll keep you posted with everything when we're releasing it,
Yeah.
all the social clips.
Yeah, do. And then we can share them.
And if you have to use the restroom before you leave, don't forget to.
Oh, nice.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Walk and find somewhere to eat.
Yeah. Doing that kind of stuff. So you're recording another one now? Solo one, did you say?
Just a little like intro to something that I have to do.
Nice.
Hopefully it won't take long, and then I'm gonna get some food too. Do you want to take this
Oh,
water
yeah,
with you?
Sure, I will. Thank you. I've forgotten about that.
Actually,
Cheers.
one hidden one behind here.
Remy, for this, I just need one angle. And I'm gonna sit. Actually, I'll sit on the couch.
Yeah, it's nice there. Well, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you guys. It was so
Appreciate
good
that.
to meet you. I hope you have a great rest of your
Thank you
trip.
so much.
Hopefully not too burnt out towards the end.
Yeah, I know.
Sure, we'll be all right. But
No,
yeah,
it was nice.
we'll try and rest
See you again.
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Have a nice rest of your week.
Thank you.
Yeah, you too, mate. Thank you
Next
so
to
much.
you are at a different place, aren't they?
Yeah,
They're not here.
Aerial Law's in Midtown, I think
Oh, yeah.
they were saying. Yeah.
Very cool. Thanks, guys.
Awesome.
Bye, guys.
Stay cool, stay hydrated.
We'll see.
Okay, so let me do this. I'm just gonna move this a little bit more. I want it like how do I get it so it's like here? You know what I mean?
Just gotta turn this much.
Make it longer maybe.
Get it where?
Like here. Do you know what I'm saying?
If anything, I would do it from the back, then put it over your shoulder.
This doesn't go longer?
It does. If you do it from here,
Yeah, that's perfect.
yeah.
Yeah. And this shouldn't take more than like 10 minutes. Is it possible to do this as a separate thing? So like the two ends? If not, it's okay. I'll just cut it from there.
That'll probably be best.
Okay. No
Just
problem.
because.
Yeah. You don't want to have to go back and do all of that.
Yeah, part of it is keep the color consistent.
Yeah.
Read
I got you.
and everything.
Okay.
Actually, I should be able to cut it. I can just cut it.
Like after, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
perfect.
just do that. And I'll just throw it in a little. Folder.
Thank you. Can you put it up a little bit just so it's not like... That's perfect.
I'm going to push this a smidge
Okay.
down. And can you look at the camera real quick? One more time to that camera. Oh, great. One, two.
1, 2. When should you bring?
Okay. We are good.
Just tell me. Okay. Okay, so this person asked, when should you bring up money when newly dating? I have so many thoughts on this. What I will say is the sooner the better, because... No, you're fine. I can restart. Okay, this person asked, when should you bring up money with someone you're newly dating? Maybe this is controversial, but the sooner the better. I think we've all been in situations where we're like a year into dating someone and realize our values are completely different, which is a huge red flag. I actually had a partner who wouldn't even tell me their salary, like wouldn't tell me what they made, and was really weird about splitting things. Like, you need to know up front. And actually Chime is talking about this. They had an event recently, Jason Tardik hosted, and they asked as an icebreaker, if you were given $1,000, what would you do with it? And it really showed people based on their answers if they're compatible, because you have to do the same thing with that $1,000 that you receive. That is your values. And so the sooner you can have those tough conversations and get financially naked, the better. Okay, so that's the first. Okay. People always talk about the perfect date, but I am more interested in the perfect card. What's your perfect card? For me, it's my Chime card. You can get 1.5% cash back on purchases, easier ways to build credit without credit check and interest. It's the perfect card for smarter banking. And the best part is there are no strings attached. I think I want to do that just looking at the screen, actually. So I'm going to do that one more time. People always talk about the perfect dates. I'm one of those people. But what they don't talk about is the perfect card. What is your perfect card? I mean, mine has a cute design on it. But really, my perfect card is the Chime card, because you get 1.5% cash back on purchases, which is freaking amazing. Easier ways to build credit without credit check and interest. And it's the perfect card for smarter banking. And the best part is there are no strings attached. Okay. Open a Chime account in 2 minutes and fall in love with fee-free banking. Okay. What's a bigger green flag? Saving up for a... Okay. I'm going to do that one more time. What's a bigger green flag? Saving up for a dream vacation or saving up to buy a house? Chime's high yield automatic savings, major green flag, people. It lets you earn up to 3.75% interest on money that you've already put aside, all with no fees. Download Chime, the most loved banking app, today. Okay. I think that's good. Cool.